when we think about our kidney, when we think about our bladder, the last thing we want to do is have that environment be ill-supported. And cranberry is all about supporting the health of that environment.
Absolutely. Well, if you are new to Andrew Lessman, what a perfect place to start. For over 4 decades, he's been making the world's finest vitamins. You will find all of his products here, highest customer reviews, lowest return rate, #1 products that we sell, all the great things that we offer. And this would be a wonderful place if you are new to HSN or to Andrew to try the Andrew Lessman difference, because there is no other 1 pill a day multivitamin
Nothing like
this in America.
Nothing like it in the world in terms of what it contains, which I'll get to in a moment. Also, even more importantly, in terms of what it won't do and what it doesn't contain. It doesn't provide artificial colors, which most of the leading multivitamins do. It's not in a 15, 25, 35 calorie gummy, which I think, you know, they had the jelly bean rule, whatever it was, 40 or 50 years ago, which I think was forgotten, that you can't take like a jelly bean, put some vitamins in it and say, hey, it's healthy now. And that's effectively what gummies are. It's the sugar we're all seeking to avoid and all sorts of other chemicals. So this is a straightforward, simple way to get the vitamins at the proper levels in their proper forms without the additives you don't want, without the upset stomach, without difficulty swallowing. It delivers all the benefits you seek without any of the problems. Also, I'm often asked, I just noticed on the screen there it said, over 3,400 reviews, 4.7 stars. I'm asked if those are real reviews. Do we take out bad reviews? How could we have so many reviews? And the fact is, although on the internet, and there's some interesting sites that help you determine whether reviews are real or not. So out of the wild west of the internet, you could see some crazy numbers of reviews, and they're often questionable reviews. Here at HSN, the reviews on my products can only be offered up if you're a validated purchaser of that product. And there's no bots or artificial intelligence generating our reviews. So the reviews, what you see is what you get, and that's why our reviews aren't these little 1- and 2-word little reviews. Some of these reviews are 200, 300, 400, 500-word reviews. And I think the reason why they're so compelling, especially on a product like this, is because folks are used to being incredibly disappointed by vitamins. So I think the fact that folks have been so disappointed by vitamins works in our favor.
True.
That it makes someone who's always been cynical or skeptical, they're so excited to share the information, and that's why we get the kinds of reviews that we get. We're not writing them, my family's not writing them. These are actually reviews from individuals all around the country who are in the same position you are, who have been disappointed with what they've bought in stores or what they've purchased online. And this was an opportunity for them to try something, still being skeptical, because that's what we all are. And then when they got this home, they realized that this is truly different, that unlike almost all of the vitamins you see out in the marketplace, we make them. So these are not made by a contract manufacturer or co-packer, which pretty much defines the entire industry. We're unique in that we make everything. We're also unique in that we make everything without a carbon footprint. So we make it in a facility that's been entirely solar powered for more than a couple of decades, long before that became a popular topic. And we also do it in a responsible fashion in that every time you get any product from me, we make sure that mothers right here in America and all over the world get a prenatal vitamin, mothers in need. So we do it responsibly, both environmentally and socially.
Nice.
So we're unique, and this is the foundation of what we do. Our B12 in this product is unlike B12 you'll find in any leading multivitamin. And when you look at the cost on the large size here, and you look at what you're getting in terms of vitamin D and B12 and lutein and zeaxanthin and lycopene as well, typical leading multivitamins contain none of those things or just a trace amount. The value becomes more affordable than even the most affordable products out there.
Absolutely. I'll just do this real quickly because I know time is of the essence, but we have our 30, 60, 180, and 360. Boy, abundant savings to say the least. 1 pill a day solution. And then I'll just do this real quickly. There are so many things that Andrew Lessman does. I mean, we talk about that Andrew Lessman difference, but if you only got it, it's really like getting a separate vitamin B product, a vitamin D product, a separate calcium, a separate vitamin C, a separate magnesium. I mean, you have to consider not only are these all natural, there are no binders, there are no additives, there are no fillers, they're made with the energy of the sun, but they are markedly different from any other multivitamin that you have ever taken. And not only that, you have to kind of flip the script. there's no repeating. That's the other thing. I mean, when you read those reviews, and they're like little love letters, people don't get the repeating, people don't get the upset stomach. So everything that Andrew does about this is just wildly different from what you've taken in the past.
And then if you look at this, so most people figure, okay, no upset stomach, easier to swallow, small, soft capsule, ultrafine powder. They figure, okay, for all of those more gentle features, I'm going to sacrifice benefits. I'm going to sacrifice potency. But if you look at this chart here, we contain higher levels of the following key nutrients than the leading brands: vitamin D3, B1, B2, B5, B6, B12, selenium, vitamin C, lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin. None of them contain zeaxanthin.
Oh, wow.
And virtually none of them, except a handful, contain lutein and lycopene. Vitamin E, biotin, chromium. So you're getting more. So you're getting rid of all the issues and problems that you are typically associated with a multivitamin, and you get more of the key ingredients you want. With this multivitamin, you're likely either eliminating your separate vitamin D, or you're almost all the way to the level you want. Typical product is 400 to 1,000. We deliver 2,000 IU of vitamin D3. We deliver 250 micrograms of B12. That's like our high potency separate B12. And our B12 is unlike any B12 you'll find in a multivitamin. It's actually protected, so it can be absorbed. Most of us know about B12, you have to get a shot because it's so hard to absorb orally. Ours is protected, so it can be absorbed orally. It's not in a form. The typical form you'll find in a typical multivitamin is cyanocobalamin. Probably in 99.9% of the multivitamins that are sold, cyanocobalamin, it liberates trace amounts of cyanide, a poison. And certainly you find trace amounts of cyanide in our food supply, but why deliver it in a multivitamin? So ours uses methylcobalamin, the actual coenzyme form that benefits you and works in your body. So I can spend hours talking about how different this is, but it's affordable, it's mild, it's gentle, and it gives you exactly what you want.
And 30-day money-back guarantee, too. I mean, that's just it. So I hope that you try it. This is a wonderful launching off point. It's a really great place to start if you are new to the Andrew Lessman difference and HSN. Ooh, we got a little summer special. I like this.
And what's nice about Soleil, after just